Welcome to Behind the Claw. We will be picking up where we left off last week. These guys have decided to take Penny, otherwise known as Lord Penford Farnham Blinderby, up on his request to save his mail order girlfriend, who turns out, at least according to her messages, she claims to be Glorina Forella, the disenfranchised princess or removed princess of the system of Tarkine. In fact, let me bring up a map so I can remember all of these planetary names. Uh, da, da, da. Put you guys there too. We can all read along. She is down here. She is the Princess of Tarkine. Tarkine has been amber zoned, and that is because of political strife on the world, and they are currently kind of in a civil war. The king, her father, was displaced by General Kang Ladrow of the Royal Companions Regiment, and General Ladrow has put into place a junta and taken over the world. The majority of, according to news reports, the majority of the population are royalists, and they're not. This whole rebellion thing isn't popular with them at all. But Ladro has control at the moment. And the strange thing is that they believe that this was fostered by outside forces. Zerzy, having read between the lines of the news article, kind of feels like this is something that the Jadani consulate has been known to do in the past, although not usually this far uh, forward or this far. Um, I guess this would be trailing of the edge of the Third Imperium, and so this is Tarkine's quite a ways in. It's not out of the question, but it would be a bold move. The other strange thing is that Tarkine is uh, it is a vassal world of Dahlia, as is all the way up here Elizabeth. Now, they didn't bring up Forine or Noctical, although neither of those worlds are really worth much. So I don't know that Dahlia would really care about those two worlds. But Elizabeth and Turkine are vassal worlds of Dahlia, and so far there's been no word from the home front. All of these are considered to be independents. They are not officially a part of the Third Imperium. However, they are all protectorates. And so, like for instance, Elizabeth has an Imperial naval base there, and Tarkine has a scout base, Imperial Interstellar Scout Service base at Tarkine. And so, the Imperium does have some. They've got their hooks in there and whatnot, but in general, with the way that the Empire is run, and it's in the Third Imperium's purpose for existence, there's very little chance that they are going to intervene uh, on the behalf of the people of the planet, the governing of the worlds, even on a full Imperial world. That is left up to the regional governors or whatever leadership they have of the planet. There's very few times that the Empire gets involved in that sort of thing. So these guys have chartered a ship, the Convulsion. It is a 210 far trader, and they are en route on their second jump to Tarkine, and should be arriving uh, within the week. And so that is where we are going to be picking up. All right, let me. There we go. Should do it. So you guys, you already did your study period enhancements and whatnot for both jumps. This is the second week in jump. It's been a surprisingly, it's been a fairly smooth ride. Deck two is where the passenger cabins are, and you have your own common area here, as well as these staterooms that are kind of um, kind of separated from the rest of the ship, while the crew maintains their staterooms down on deck one near the bridge, and they've got their own common area, kind of giving you a little, kind of giving you a little bit of peace and quiet from one another. I'm sure that the crew doesn't want to be interrupted in whatever they're doing, but the fact of the matter is that a weekend jump is a weekend jump. You don't. There's not a whole lot to do except for standard watch for the crew and sitting around and watching entertainment that you brought with you and reading books or studying something. There's just not a whole lot going on. And so,
Would I be able to have my agent do something?
not while you're in drive space. Absolutely no communication with the real universe.
Oh no, I meant like patching into the ship, so I could look at data.
You would have access to the ship's library database. Yeah. What are you looking for?
Potentially hacking in, so I could just read logs and all that kind of stuff and see if there's anything
Well, you
interesting.
might want to be careful with that because if you are caught, then it's a short jump out of an airlock.
All right, never mind then.
Yeah, usually you don't want to hack into your host's computer while
Yeah, that's fair.
you are a passenger
Bad
aboard their ship.
manners.
I take it back. I'm just gonna enjoy my free time.
However, all three of you can make a recon plus intellect check.
Ten.
Nice.
5.
Wow, and Casimir missed it. Oof.
Well,
Wow.
yeah, I'm just not having. I'm having a time.
Yes. Let me find. There it is. Find what I'm looking for here. So you've had plenty of time. Like I said, there's not a lot to do on the ship, and so while at one point getting a little bit of exercise, stretching your legs, or you take a little trip down um, to the cargo hold, and just kind of walking through the cargo hold. Everything's very well secured, but you note that some of the weapons that you ordered and had loaded aboard are nowhere to be found in the cargo hold. You find the other cargo that was purchased, the food supplies and the medical supplies, but you do not find the weapons.
Would it be safe for my character to assume that they're probably hidden in like a special cargo hold, like a hidden hold, maybe? Or I need to make like an intelligence check for
I
that?
wouldn't even make you roll. That would be a fairly good assumption.
Okay. I mean, that seems.
You weren't told that there was any kind of cargo hold or anything like that, or secret compartments. But on these old far traders, it's certainly common.
I mean, we're essentially we know this is a illicit ship. Like they're. I mean, they're
Is there
smugglers.
such a thing as 100% legitimate far trader? I mean, ever?
Oof.
I just assume that they're all packed away someplace, and I will inspect the boxes and stuff whenever we get to our destination.
Okay. So, getting to your destination, indeed you do. And is this the right? Yes, that's right. And you guys come out of jump in the Tarkine system. And it's probably, well, I don't want to say. Let me look. Operation. Transit time. you're probably looking at about 8 hours coming in, roughly 8 hours coming in from jump to the main world. And I mean, even at 8 hours away, Tarkine looks fairly small. It's not like a dot or anything like that, but from here you can see that it is a world that is a strange mix of well, first of all, it is a tidally locked world. It seems that there's a lot of those in Traveler. And this is what your as soon as it comes into, come on, load. Try this again. I'm getting nothing but a blurry picture.
Same.
Yeah, likewise. That's very blurry.
It's just probably the Roll20 servers being slow.
Yes, more than likely.
They do that.
This isn't even that big of a picture. Anyways, the Tarkine is tidally locked, and there are a couple of temperate bands, and that are ideal for growing conditions. That's where most of the farmland produces most of its the world's food, and they still consider Tarkine to be a garden world, though looking at the world itself. I mean, the world code kind of suggests that it's a garden world, but knowing that it is tidally locked and how it's set up, it doesn't. If you think of a garden world, the first thing that comes to mind is Earth. Earth would be considered a garden world, and Tarkine is not like that. It is tidally locked, so the central band from pole to pole on one side is nothing but ice, while the other side that's facing the M05 star is constantly baked, and you've got these narrow margins on either on the east or west side of the globe that are basically your temperate life zones, and that's where most of the liquid water and ocean is, and that is where most of the most fertile farmland is, and that they spend most of their time farming that region, or there's fishing industries, things of that nature. The starport is actually in the Arctic zone, as is the imperial, or not imperial, the royal manor that was belonging to the king and the the Ferrella family. That is about 6,000 kilometers east of the starport and capital city of did I name this city? Verisad is the capital city, and so the royal manor. I mean, you could go so far as to call it a castle, although it's more like a compound. That is about, like I said, 6,000 kilometers east of the capital city and starport of Tarkine. To give you exact information on Tarkine, I scrolled too far. There we go. 566. So it is about 8,000 kilometers in diameter, has a surface gravity of around 0.45 Gs, so you're going to have a little bit of a bounce in your step. Atmosphere is standard Earth-like, 0.71 to 1.49 for pressure. No special gear is required. Hydrographics, 56 to 65% hydrographic percentage with large oceans. And the next part, 62 or 62-7. We've got a population in the millions. About 6 million people live here. It has was a participating democracy for a government. Ruling factions are reached by the advice and consent of the citizens directly. So while they have a royal king or a king and a royal family, um, it was really a participating democracy. So it would be a lot like Britain is today, um, in that they're not they have a royal family, but they're really ruled by their parliament. And then it has a, and that is a lot of. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Check. 566662. Oh, I was reading that wrong. I'm sorry. It's a captive government. Performed by imposed leadership answerable to an outside group. So they are they have a royal family that is a vassal world to Dahlia. That's why it's like that. Um, they have a law level of 6. All firearms except shotguns and stunners are banned. Even with shotguns and stunners, carrying weapons is discouraged. Now, that part is not entirely true. Presently, because the junta is in control of the world, all weapons are banned. It is effectively a law level of 9 plus. Anybody who's not a member of the junta is not allowed to carry a weapon, and there are no firearms permits that are being sold on the planet. And the last part, it does still have a C-class starport. They do have a high port. Both the high port and the down port are considered Class C. Most of the traffic coming through Tarkine it will only stop at the high port, and they will load up on anything that is moved from the surface of the world up to the high port, and then it's loaded onto ships. Usually, you're talking about large freighters, but like there's some that are like the Galoof class mega freighter that occasionally come through the line, but more often than not, you're talking about far traders, probably anything from 200 to 5,000 tons is going to be frequently seen in this area, simply because it's on a main. And so you've got a lot of subsidized merchants, fat traders, things like that, that are moving up and down the main because they can do so with a J1 drive. And there's a lot of money for these traders to be had here. I mean, all they got to do is keep popping from planet to planet, and if they do their speculative trade properly, or even if they get into a niche where they know what they're wanting to trade, these guys can make their mortgages and feed themselves and keep their ships fueled until they decide to buy something else and get off the main. And so it this whole junta situation, this rebellion, has kind of thrown a wrench in the plans. And you are hearing a constant about every 15 minutes. There's an automated message that is broadcast from the IISS scout base on Tarkine, warning that Tarkine is currently amber zoned, to approach with caution. Um, all travelers are warned to make sure that you follow all local laws. There are no weapons permits that are being issued. Presently, the Class C starport, both high and downport, are still considered imperial. They're like an embassy. They are considered you are legally on third imperium ground when you are there. You know, standard laws, sidearms and whatnot are allowed in starports. But transitioning from the starport to the star town through the fade down, you are warned that that they may be local authorities may be willing to arrest you and detain you without representation and without limit. So beware. It's a wonderful place. having said that, how are you guys prepping for heading into the world? Like, what are you guys? You know it's going to be cold down there. I doubt you guys brought any cold weather clothing, so you might be wanting to hit the first clothing store that you find once you get to the starport.
Right.
Yeah. Well, is Audrey all right in the cold weather with her fur?
Probably not entirely. I mean, you probably have a better chance, or you probably have a longer period of time that you can go before you're uncomfortable than the rest of them. But the canine species kind of lost a little bit of something when it was uplifted, or were they? Yeah, I guess it would be uplifted. Yeah, the Vargur lost a little bit of their canine roots.
Okay, then I guess we'll all need coats.
Yeah.
I come from a desert planet, not these frozen tundras. I've been on multiple of these planets already.
They're all over the place, man. And
So-
honestly, that's probably realistic. I mean, you're either going to have an icy tundra, or you're going to have a toxic soup that
Yeah.
you can't breathe or live in anyway. So, yeah, those are the two most common worlds.
So what is our game plan here? Because we wanted to come here. Like, do we want to talk to the junta? Do we want to just try to find those?
Yeah, I
the
think-
rebel or the royalist faction, I guess you would say.
Oh.
Yes, we should go to the royalists and offer them aid.
Okay, but how are we gonna
Ye-
find them?
Yeah,
Well-
that's a good question. Because you have no idea where she's even stashed. The only thing that you know is that she was requesting money, and to a basically it's like a PO box at the starport, or not even really a PO box. It was an account set up at the starport that she was requesting that Lord Blinderby would send money to, because she said she needed money in order to bribe some officials to get her so that she could get off the planet. All
Right.
of her
Well,
accounts have been frozen.
Right. So I think the first thing we need to do is we need to find a buyer for our weapons, since that'll give us some spending money and make us some contacts. So I think that's the first thing we should do. We should hit up the starport first, see if that gets us anything, and then if not, leaving our fancy toys aside, we can go and head into the onto the main planet and hit up people there.
I don't think we should sell the weapons straight out of the starport. I think we're gonna need to
No,
keep
we
those.
would all get arrested.
We need to keep that in a back pocket. It might be smart to just try to go to the royal capital and see what we can shake up there. Yeah, it's the non-princess side, essentially. That's the military side, but even still, I mean, if they're trying to form an actual government, they're going to want to talk to traders and stuff like that.
Right. So okay, but what I'm saying is that we need to, I'm not saying we sell here, but I'm saying we need to start here. So I got streetwise, I can hit the streets. Anybody else who wants to, they can also attempt to find somebody who they're willing to talk to. What I'm saying is we start local, and then we kind of broaden our search until we hit what we until we hit what we want.
My plan is to shop, and then if you don't find anything with streetwise, I'm planning to just have us head to the junta's capital, and hopefully my silver tongue can find something.
Well, could we have asked Blinderby to share the contact information of whoever was sending him the messages saying they were the princess, and then maybe it's possible to hack the location of where they're sending from?
Well, no, wait a minute. Say that again?
Because Blinderby said that the princess sent him a help request.
Yes. And Xerxes has a copy of that message.
Okay, so can't you hack where the message came from then?
That, of course, is a possibility, but it's going to be because I mean the address, it came from the starport, and
Hmm.
so that is that's going to be pretty high tech level. You are probably looking at a difficulty.
We can also,
Probably anywhere from formidable to impossible. So you're looking at 14 plus to 16.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah, we could also ask the mercs. Be like the ones that drove us here. We can be like, hey, do you know anybody who is willing to buy a bunch of weapons? They might know.
that sounds like a good idea.
All right, yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So coming into the world, the convulsion kind of turns and comes in, and this is what you see for the capital city of Verisad.
That's still incredibly blurry.
Yeah. Mine loaded. Wondering if we might have to just go to the web.
Well, I'm on the webpage and it was still blurry as hell.
But I am on the webpage. I don't use the Discord one.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, I think it's
reply to
420.
the oh, or reply to the message from the supposed princess and say, "Well, we have the money. Where can we meet to deliver to you?"
You guys might
Yeah,
try
unless
reloading because now I'm starting to get the images to load up again.
yeah, I reloaded. It didn't do anything, but yeah, I'll give it a shot again. If unless the princess is a complete moron, or whoever, like, no way in hell is she gonna go for that.
She's gonna have a confidant that will be the one sending the messages and receiving anything we send.
Right.
And
That's
then we'd have to try to like get a hold of them, make them not run, convince them that we're friendly, convince them to take us to her.
yeah. It's
This is
Well,
up here, of course, is the
mhm,
Class C starport. Everything
mhm.
to the southeast of that is considered the Star Town. Now, there are these two mostly frozen rivers, or this frozen river that kind of bisects. These three bridges that cross the river is pretty much the delineation for the fade down, where you stop being in a tech level 15 starport and Imperial kind of run facility and start making your way into the actual um, town, city of the world. And and so this is where you're going to have probably checkpoints on all these bridges. The junta is going to have people checking on all sorts of things. If not on the bridges, at least on the opposite side of the bridge. Um, of course, the Imperial security is not going to allow the junta to come into the Star Town unless the junta gets really serious about taking over, and they probably don't want that smoke. So
isn't taking over Imperial Starport basically like grounds for the Empire
that
to
would be one of the cases where the Empire would say, "Okay, we've had enough of this."
yeah. So
Do we
probably they're
know?
not gonna.
Do we know if they're still active fighting, or has everything calmed down? It's basically like a guerrilla warfare now.
There are no there is no active fighting in Verisad. There are occasional skirmishes that go on, presumably from um, independents that are or royalists that are wanting to fight back. Those they don't, from the news reports that you're getting as you come in. There's not really a whole lot. That doesn't seem like these rebel factions that are fighting back really have a whole lot of cohesion or any serious plans. It's not like a well-oiled network where they have different cells. and they all, decide, okay, these 5 cells are going to hit these 5 different locations, and cell number 6 is going to, now that they've got a diversion, cell number 6 is going to go here. They're not doing that. Instead, they're just, it seems random. In other words, the junta has pretty firm control. This, in the center here, is the administration. This is where the much of the royal party originally had set up to rule the capital city. At this point, that is all run by General what's his nuts General Ladro, and this is the headquarters of the junta here. They can pretty much control all of Verisod from that location.
I have a bit of a weird plan that we may be able to work something out with the junta.
Ooh, okay, tell us the plan.
Tell me how crazy this is.
I gotta hear this.
We don't know if the princess is captured or not. What if, instead of trying to support the rebels and maybe we happen to run into the faction that's with her and stuff like that, what if we support with the junta and essentially kind of pay for her to be exiled onto our boys' planet? If we give them a whole bunch of weapons and money, and like we could bring the Scandal over here and trade with them, if they give us the princess to keep her off the planet forever and have her give up her title.
And if she finds out about that, she's going to be mad.
But she would be alive. And she can go live with a rich guy who's the lord of a planet.
I mean, that's going to piss her off. I mean, more than likely. So you don't know, like you said, you don't know at this point if she's still alive. You don't know where she is. The other thing is that nobody knows if her father is still alive. Nobody has seen him since the initial takeover.
I don't know. I'm just tossing out random ideas because it's what I do. I mean, by all means, I'd love input from you two.
Well, I think first, we can unload our cargo from the ship, and we can load the weapons, and then maybe load the food and medicine on top of it. And then when we go to the checkpoint, we'll just say, yeah, we just have some food. And they'll be like, okay, you can pass, hopefully.
I think it's wise to leave all the cargo here until we know what we're going to do with it.
Okay, we'll do scouting first. Get a rental car.
Because I don't think it's a wise idea to try to sneak stuff past Imperial checkpoints and past junta checkpoints. I'm not that good of a criminal.
What are you talking about? You're a diplomat. That's like number 2 on a diplomat's resume. Good criminal.
Smuggling goods is not my thing. I'm not Han Solo.
Okay, well, first we'll visit the city and do sightseeing and maybe think of a plan.
Do sightseeing during a junta takeover. Oh, we're just here for tourism. Don't mind us. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you are going to start.
Or leave the arms on the ship for now and then travel in with the food and medicine. And say we're humanitarians.
I mean, Casimir, any thoughts on any of this stuff?
No. I'm just no.
No? I need input. I worry about us bringing a bunch of goods out of the starport because we don't have guards or anything. Like, it's just us, and we're not allowed to have weapons.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's find some context first, and then worry about movement.
Okay, first we'll do the context. So leave the cargo on the ship for now and travel into the city.
Yeah. We can probably, well, I mean, I assume there's also warehouses in the starport itself, but, if the ship's not leaving, then we can just leave it on the ship.
Yeah, I mean, the typical thing would be that you could leave the cargo on the ship. The typical thing is that cargo is offloaded from the ship into temporary warehousing in the starport, and then moved on from wherever from there.
Oh, okay, we'll move it off the ship into a warehouse for the moment.
Okay. So you guys land, and there is, of course, Imperial Customs comes up, and the Imperial Customs boards the ship, wanting to, do the typical roustabout of the ship. The captain tells you, just allow them to do their thing. This should be over shortly. At this point, you guys are kind of in the passenger common area, just kind of waiting for this whole thing to transpire. And they come up, they check the second deck, they check deck 2. They, as politely as possible, go through your quarters. They don't, turn them over or anything like that, but you can see them kind of turning things over, and a sergeant comes into the common area, and starts to question you. He wants to know, why are you coming to Tarkine? Are did you come by yourselves? Are you bringing cargo? They want to know all of it. What are you telling them? These are Imperial security, Starport Authority.
Audrey tells them that she is with her crew bringing food and medicine to the planet.
Okay. Sure. What does Casimir tell him?
Casimir. Okay, well, here's a question. What is Imperial? Does Imperial law have the Fifth Amendment?
Probably. More than likely. But I mean, if you take the Fifth, just like in real life, that's going to make him feel like
exactly.
You're
so
a suspicious person in port.
Right. So Casimir says, "I am." Wait, he shows his traveler
TAS card.
Yeah, the TAS. It shows TAS ID. He shows his naval veteran ID, and he says, "I am a retired naval crewman, and there are opportunities to be had on a planet like this." That's all he says.
Okay. What is Zerzi telling him?
Yes, bringing in some humanitarian aid and just exploring the planet. Never been here before, and seeing what this new government is like.
So, what's your response to this? The sergeant kind of goes, "Okay, and he says, "So you're." He turns to Audrey, says, and kind of looks to the two of you and says, "So, the three of you are bringing humanitarian aid in the form of medical supplies and food." And he says,
yes.
He says, to be honest, the populace of Verisad will, assuming that you can get those supplies past the Junta patrols, that is a very noble cause. And he tells you that the reality of the situation is that there have been some attempts to do that by other parties, and he says he was going to say mixed success, but it's a very low success rate because the junta usually goes through those supplies, takes what they want, usually all of it, and they take it to the administration compound, and the people never see it. So there's a lot of starving and injured people in the city. Obviously, sick from malnutrition. Um, he's like, it's a bad situation in the capital city. He goes, kudos to you, but know that under present auspices, we are not allowed to intervene. We're not allowed to go past the fade down into the capital city, and so we are our the limit of our authority ends at the edge of the Star Town. So if you get into trouble, we're not going to be able to come help you.
Understandable. I mean, makes sense to me.
Of course, officer.
And so that's what I was.
Are we free to go?
That's what I was supposed to look at today. Where am I going to find this? I hate it when they don't put in. Concealed maneuver drive?
What would be the point?
I'm not sure.
Maybe able to move without sensors picking it up or something?
Maybe. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. -2. Well, that was a good roll, but they still failed. They failed both times. So, about an hour of this goes on, and then you hear over the intercom on deck 2 that the captain is she calls you guys down to the main area and tells you that the search went well, and she kind of winks at you and tells you that not all of your cargo was searched. And she takes you back to the cargo bay and shows you that a section of the floor has been lifted up with one of the cargo cranes that is located in the cargo bay, and that there is a 10-ton concealed compartment in the bottom of the cargo bay where your weapons were stashed, along with some other crates that you're not sure what's in them.
Awesome. I said thank you. I am yes. You wouldn't happen to know somebody who can sell this to, would you?
That's a very good question.
Casimir says, because, given my background, I kind of had the idea of bring weapons here, multiple question marks, profit.
Right, yes. Steal the underpants, and then...
Yeah, that's the reference.
And
that
so,
is the reference.
So, she does not know. She's like... She's been to Tarkine before, and that was before all of this political mess fallout was going on. She tells you that that in a lot of cases, she has had some success in a bar, and she says it is a little out of the way bar in the Star Town, located right here, not far from the fade down. She says a lot of times, when she's been here in the past, if there was She doesn't want to say illicit, but if there was something secretive, you
Right.
get to the people, that she would often find contacts in this bar.
Okay. I mean, thanks. That's as good a place to start as any.
And the bar's called the Pink Elephant.
That's a name that promises much of everything.
The spearmint rhino. And so, uh, yeah. What are you guys doing from here? You are now free to disembark. She can move your cargo into one of the hangars. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that her plan was offload whatever she had that she could sell, and then they were going to leave. Now, if you wanted to pay them extra, they could hang around and lift you off as well.
Well,
or you could
how
go,
long until?
or you could go with Glorina's original plan of bribing the Starport Authority and hitching a ride on whatever ship she was going to leave on.
Well, how long? I asked her how long until she leaves. What is her expected turnaround? Like a week?
She's probably going to stay for about a week.
About a week. Okay, so
That's enough time.
Yeah, I think if ideally if we can, we'd appreciate a lift. But if if for some reason this takes us longer, yeah, we'll find our own ride.
Okay, she's amenable to that. About a week in port is pretty standard, especially for trading and things like that. And so, what's your plan? You going shopping
To
for
the Pink
cold weather
Elephant.
clothes?
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
first we get coats,
Yeah, let's get some nice fur coats.
and then we go to
Yeah.
the Pink Elephant.
So
Yeah.
do find some cold weather clothing. And they've got basic, improved, or advanced. They also have no, they do not have heat.
I mean, I can't imagine we need anything more complex than the basic model, at least at first. So
Probably not. Need to zoom in a bit so that you can actually.
I'm gonna buy an advanced suit if I can.
Oh, I'm sure that you can. In fact, I would imagine all of you could afford it.
Yeah, it's 500 credits.
Yes.
so-
Coming up with it right now. There we go. So here is cold weather clothing.
No, well, I mean, if basically improved is same price, and there's no reason not to get the improved.
Yeah, and there's no dex penalty. Well, advanced is only 500 credits, and there's no dex penalty.
Yeah, I don't have 500 credits. I mean, well, I do, but
Dex penalty. They have mittens instead of regular gloves, or they're the really fat finger gloves. You can't get your finger through the trigger guard.
yeah, well, we're not supposed to bring weapons anyway, so it's a moot point.
Well, that doesn't mean that you're not. Are you guys going armed at all?
No, I'm not gonna risk it.
No,
Just the power of my mind.
Right. Well,
Okay.
And my
then.
robot. I've got the robot with me.
Okay. So yeah, however much you want to spend, what kind is Audrey buying?
I guess the improved kind.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. Yeah, that's all pile into my graph car and to go visit this bar.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys pile into the grav car and kind of tool around, and you note that as you are going through the Star Town, heading to this bar, to the Pink Elephant, you are noticing that the buildings are changing from typical starport, um, the typical starport kind of administrative type buildings that would be found up close to the starport, and they generally start changing into a mix of the prefabs that you would find at a starport and the natural construction that would be found on the planet. And you can kind of tell that you're approaching the fade down when by the time that you reach the or start getting close to the Pink Elephant. Uh, does anybody have navigation?
I think I do. Let me double check. It's on my.
I think your air raft has a bonus too.
I have navigation at 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, with my thingamabob.
Air raft. Actually, I don't look it up in the book. I can just find it right here. Air raft. Navigation system. Navigation system basic. That's interesting.
But anyway, like I said, I have navigation at rank 1 through my implant. So
Right.
yeah, navigate education. I'm guessing. But it doesn't matter. It's all the same.
Yeah. Either.
Okay. Well, not bad.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say that you get probably a +1 for that. I'm gonna guess. Oh my god, it's driving me nuts. Navigation system. Yes, it is a +1. That's right. Good. So
Okay.
you got an 8, and you basically follow your Google Maps directly to the Pink Elephant, and it is a little corner street bar, and there is just a kind of holographic sign of this dancing pink elephant over the door. And stepping in, you can see that this is kind of a dive bar. I mean, it's not the worst place that you've ever stepped into, but it's pretty bad. A lot of interesting people is one way to, but rougher crowd. And it's like as soon as you guys step in, and are you bringing Clanker with you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So as soon as you guys step into this bar, it's like everybody in the bar stops talking and all turns to you. And there is a entertainment system here, but there's no music playing, and so the entire bar just gets quiet and everybody's looking at you as you step in.
Just
Meh.
walking straight to the bar with Clanker following me.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean do the usual.
So you guys
Yeah.
walk in and belly up to the bar, and there's this woman behind the bar, and she says, I don't know if we'll have anything that he's going to want to drink," and she looks at Clanker.
What, you don't keep a spare can of oil laying around?
One guy at the end of the bar kind of starts to laugh, and like everybody kind of looks at him, and he immediately shuts up. She says, "No, just make sure he doesn't break anything. What do you have to drink?"
Something that is popular on this planet. I'll take one.
Okay, so she pours you up a, a hot, like a hot toddy kind of drink. She says, "This is popular, at least in Verisod. What about the rest of you?"
Beer.
Whiskey.
of course, of course, the Vargar wants a bowl of beer. So
Mm-hmm.
she pours you a beer, and
Thank you.
she gets a bottle of what looks like whiskey. There's no label on it. She pours you a double shot and sets it in front of you, and she says, for all three of the drinks, that'll be 15 credits.
Done. Yeah, I'll pay. Whatever.
So, you guys kind of get your drinks and kind of find a table where you can kind of case the joint out, and there are just a number of people after a little bit of time of kind of watching the crowd. People start to tend to go back to their whispered conversations. There's still no music playing, despite the fact that there is an entertainment system here. In the back corner, you see that there is a stage that's like for dancing, but there's no exotic dancer or anything on it. It's just empty. And in this bar, there's about 6 people and the bartender. And there's out of these 6 people, 3 of them are kind of whispering to one another up at the bar. The other 3 all are in there individually and kind of sitting in different places around around the uh, around the joint. There 2 of them are sitting at tables individually, and one is sitting at the end of the bar. And the bartender's just kind of making her way back and forth. What do you guys want to do?
Audrey is going to see if the entertainment system needs to be fixed.
So you go up to the entertainment system, and there's a little sign, and the sign says that it's 3 songs for 1 credit.
Okay, Audrey puts a credit into the machine.
Okay, you put a credit in, and it's all digital, and they've got quite a library. Some of the newest songs that have been added are by a pop star that is popular. She was once popular here in the closer to the core, or closer to core, the Imperial homeworld. She was once popular here, both holographic pop star and music. She kind of, fell past her prime, and people moved on from her bubblegum music, and she packed up and moved to the Trojan Reach. And rumor has it that she took over a planet, and uh, she has now since started putting out new music from this world. And her name is Tisney Zazzle.
Like literally took over, or
That's what people say. She is the de facto ruler of this world in the Trojan Reach.
Okay.
Is there a Vargar pop star?
I can tell you, I think, who she is. Reach sector. Scanner resolution here. Come on. What's going on with the internet? I would say my internet, but it doesn't seem to be just me. I believe it is that one right there, Salif, in the Trojan Reach. So yeah, she is the de facto ruler of the Salif system. Pretty much what the rumors are that you've heard is that she showed up, did a show, when went to the local casino where washed up has been performers go, and she did a show there, and the people loved her, and several of her songs were kind of inspirational to rising up against the power, and that's exactly what happened. There was a riot after her show, and the people took over, and they then turned around and placed Tisney Zazzle as the de facto ruler of the world, and she's been living there ever since. This probably happened I would say probably a good 5 or 6 years ago.
Hmm.
Her latest album that came out is called Pirate Queen.
Wow, that's overt.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, well, good for her. It's nice to see a sister moving up in the world. All right.
So
Well,
so yeah, I mean that's the newest album. So you pick some songs, and music starts playing. It's not overly loud. People can still talk over it. But as soon as the music starts playing, everybody in the bar kind of turns and looks at the jukebox and looks at Audrey, and nobody says anything, but they just stop talking. They're just staring at Audrey. And Audrey's like, jukebox works.
Mhm.
all right. Well, let's listen to music and also listen to some thoughts.
Okay, yeah, you can listen to some thoughts.
All right.
That's
Well,
a pretty solid roll.
yep. And again, just nothing too fancy, just surface thoughts. Kind of. Can I do like a sweep surface thoughts, or do I have to focus on a particular person?
Let me see what it says. It says read thoughts of other individuals. Only active and current thoughts are read by this ability, with the subject, if themselves not a telepath, unaware of the activity. I don't. It doesn't. It seems like you can only do it on one particular individual. It doesn't seem like that you can do a
Okay.
blanket. I mean, I would
Right.
say, I
Okay.
would say that if you wanted to do like a just kind of open yourself up kind of situation, um, I would say that you smoked the roll. I would say that would cost you an extra side point. It would cost 3.
Yeah. I mean, I'm topped up. So yeah. Sure. Why not? Let's
So
let's do that.
you spend an extra side point, and you're kind of listening to the thoughts and kind of focusing on this room. And there's one guy that's sitting at a table in the back of the bar near the stage, and he is he's presently he kind of comes out over the doldrum of voices that are kind of assailing you, and he is thinking about how it's getting time for him to make the call, and that he's got merchandise to move.
Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna elbow Zerzy and tap out on my um you know wrist computer. Uh that guy, and I give the direction, like, that guy, like third guy from the left, wants to make a call about moving merchandise. See if you can get a better read on him.
I look off my data pad. I'm like looking at schematics for Clank, and I'm like, did you know that I can actually equip him with the skills to use weapons? This is badass.
I say, well, not on this. I say, not on this planet you can't, but in general.
I've had this fucking metal beast for a long time. Didn't know that. And I just get like, okay.
Yeah, he's got a couple of empty
there.
slots too.
Yeah, I was actually just reading it finally.
I mean, Casimir says, I was a former engineer in the Navy, and I can tell you, you can put a weapon onto anything. Now, it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that it'll work well, but you can. And I mean, I guess your buddy's built for it, but again, probably not on this planet. But
Yeah. I'm gonna look at the guy that he's referring to, and actually, I gotta pull up my Jordani psychic stuff real quick. Give me 1 second.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, those memes where you duct tape a chainsaw onto your Roomba.
Yes.
Everybody gangsta until the Claymore Roomba rolls into town. Yeah.
Nope. Looks like I'm gonna have to use actual, just regular one. So
yeah, I was gonna say I don't know that there. I mean, most of this stuff for Jodani psionics is like empathic healing, blocking.
It's mostly about like messing with machines and stuff too.
Yeah, there's a lot of
So
that.
is this telepathy or awareness, or is this clairvoyance?
This if you're wanting to zoom in and on him, it would be telepathy. I think it would be telepathy. Let's see here. I mean, you could do a probe. That's a difficulty 12 plus, cost 4.
No, I'll just read surface thoughts on them.
Okay.
Because I spent most of my life worried about diplomacy, not so much making my psionics into a deadly weapon.
True. I mean, probe's not really a deadly weapon, but I mean, you can use it to determine whether people are lying or not. I mean, it's funny because they've got the probe. This happens a lot with psionics, and it's a big for me. So you've got probe, and then over on Jodani psionics, you have interrogate. And I'm like, if you're already probing, why would you need a special Jodani psionic skill in order to interrogate?
Well, because interrogate's only with a machine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, psychically with a machine. Okay, I getcha. But in another instance of that, it's actually in the core rulebook. With clairvoyance, you have where is it? So you've got clairvoyance, which allows you to see at some displaced location, right? You basically far seeing. Then at the same time, you have the sense power. And so the way I ruled it was that clairvoyance, you can't use clairvoyance unless you've seen it before. And this goes back to like all of the talk about like MK Ultra and all that crap that they were doing, in the late 60s.
Right.
These farseers that they pulled in weren't going in naked. They gave them photos of locations and said, "What do you see there?" They didn't just say, "Okay, well, we know that there's a base on the other side of the planet. We want you to tell us what's there." No, they showed them a picture. They had YouTube spy planes taking pictures of this shit. And so they had something to go off of. So I would say that in this case, you would have to use like the sense or whatever there's an ability to see. Yeah, sense. You'd have to use sense before you could to get enough of an image in order to use clairvoyance. Otherwise, why would you have both?
Well, because my psychic isn't that strong, so I'm just gonna do a simple read surface thoughts.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I have to roll box cars in order to actually make probe work. So
yeah. Right.
Oh,
that was damn close.
On the other hand,
so you kind of focus on this guy and like shut out everybody else's thoughts. And on him, you get him uh, thinking about that he's hoping that the medical supplies will get past the checkpoint.
Oh.
Zerzy, go ahead and make a recon plus intellect check. Oh, or not Zerzy, sorry. I was gonna say Casimir, but he'll be right back. He's on the phone. So yeah, this guy is apparently attempting to get medical supplies out of the Star Town and into the capital city of Verisad, and he's really nervous about making it past the checkpoint.
Is he wearing like civilian clothes or like
he's
merchant-esque?
No,
kind of clothing?
he's wearing local cold weather clothing.
Okay. I mean,
well, that's perfect for our plan then.
I guess I could send in the anarchist.
The
Hey, Audrey.
Yes?
See the guy over there?
Uh-huh.
He's wanting to get medical supplies into the city just like you are.
Well, that's great. I'll go talk to him.
See if you can come up with something clever to broach the subject with him. Use your charm.
Oh, okay. Audrey walks over to that guy.
Okay. Are you just walking over to him, or are you offering to buy him a drink? What are you doing?
Just walk over and say hi.
He kind of looks up, and he's got a mobile comm in his hand, and he kind of is startled and looks up, and is there something I can help you with?
Well, yes, we're here to bring food and medicine to people.
And he grabs Audrey and sets her down in a chair, and he kind of looks around and goes, "Don't say that too loud."
I mean, I'm here to bring food and medicine to people.
And he kind of looks around the bar.
I'm clearly just face palming, like very visually. I'm just like.
Evidently, the music was loud enough that nobody overheard what you said. And he goes, he points at a guy at the bar, and he says, "That guy over there is with the junta. I know this.
The what?
He's with the junta, and he's kind of keeping an ear to the ground on anybody who's trying to smuggle things in." He says, honestly, though, he's not very good at his job.
He isn't. He doesn't have his ear at the ground. He's standing.
This guy kind of looks at Audrey and he's like, "What?" Anyways, you want to be careful what you say around him.
Okay, I won't talk to him anymore.
He says, so, he kind of whispers, he says, "So you're trying to get medical supplies into the capital city as well?" He says, "Well, says, I definitely know where you could take them." And he says, "Are you with a relief agency, or are you mercenaries? Are you trying to sell them?"
Well, no, it's my friends and I. We came here to give the food and medicine to people to help them. And we have boxes of hardware too.
He says, "Oh, well, we can always use spare parts and things like that." He says, "We're he says, we're mostly in need of food and medicine. There's a lot of sick people."
Okay, we'll give it to the people who need it.
He says, "Okay." He says, your most difficult situation is going to be getting past the checkpoints, and they're checking people for everything. Make sure that you're unarmed, because they will arrest you on sight if you have a weapon. He says, make sure that He says they're going to be gruff and rough. You got to make sure that you try to be on your best behavior, because if you try to stand up to them, it's only going to make things worse. He says, aside from
Okay.
that, he goes, how you're going to smuggle them in, you're going to have to come up with something, because I'm presently having the same problem. I don't know how I'm going to smuggle these crates of medical supplies in.
Well, I will talk to my friends and then we will think of a plan.
He says, all right, well, good luck to you. And he
Okay,
he
thank
gives you
you.
he gives you an address, and he says, if you take the supplies here, he says, and make sure you're not followed. He says, I'm sure that they can get you set up with distributing those supplies.
Oh, okay, thank you. And then Audrey goes over to Zerzy and Casimir.
Okay.
I made a friend with that guy. He wants to help us to move the food and the medicine and hardware to the people who need it.
I just Vargar are so weird. And I say that out loud since Audrey's like Vargar is so weird.
Some of them can be, yes.
Okay. And what did this person tell you?
Well, that we should go to the checkpoint but be polite.
And that's all he said.
And he gave me this address of where to bring the supplies to.
Who does this person work for? Is this like a government official or?
That much you don't
He did
know.
not say.
Yeah, and you didn't pick up any kind of vocation when you were reading his service thoughts. Just that he was nervous about getting things past the checkpoint, and that he had a phone call that he had to make coming up soon. And about that time, you see him kind of get up and go into the restroom. Both Zerzy and Audrey can make a recon plus intellect check.
8.
Nice. So you both see the guy that he warned you about get up a few minutes later, and he starts heading to the bathroom.
Well, Zerzy, our new friend, he said that we should watch out for that guy because something about him and listening to the ground, and we shouldn't trust him for some reason.
Listening to the ground? What is this? This is some really weird Vargar language.
No, that's what he said.
Maybe he means like just pay attention or something.
I do not know. I don't understand humans.
I don't understand humans or a Vargar.
Idioms are lost on you. So yeah, you see him going into the bathroom.
Audrey, let's go. Let's go see what's going on.
It's gonna be a crowded bathroom.
Just bear in mind that if there's a fight breaking out, it's all on you.
Where are we going to now?
The bathroom to see what these two are doing. As weird as that sounds.
Well, okay, I guess we'll go there because that's where you drink water out of the bowl there?
No, no, you don't want to do that in a bar bathroom.
Casimir, you're back. Help me, please.
What happened? What's going on?
So Audrey went over and made contact with this guy, and she said it kind of loud, and so the guy grabbed her and pushed her down into a chair and told her to keep her voice down. Luckily, nobody else in the bar heard what she had said, and he said that you want to be careful, and he pointed to a guy sitting at the bar and said that that guy is a member of the junta, and he's got his ear to the ground, although he's not very good at his job. And
Mm-hmm.
and so Audrey made contact with him. He explained what you were trying to do, and he of course wanted to know whether you were mercenaries or not. Audrey told him that you were that she was willing to give away the medicine and food to the people that need it, and he gave her an address in the capital city, and he told her that the most difficult thing that's going to happen is getting the supplies past the checkpoints. He says that's the problem that he's currently facing. He doesn't know how he's going to do it, and he says, good luck to you. Gives her an address. She came back and told you guys about it. A few minutes later, he gets up and goes into the bathroom, and about a minute or two after that, the guy that he warned her about gets up from the bar and he goes into the bathroom.
I think we should probably just go in the bathroom, see what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we're gonna go have a party in
have
the
a bathroom party,
bathroom.
yeah.
Apparently, bathroom party.
Bathroom party. Okay.
I'm going in last, and I'll leave Clanker outside.
Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, it'd be weird if you brought a robot with you to the bathroom.
Well, I mean, you know,
No, we're weird than a bunch of people going in at the same time.
Well, so way back in my past, I worked as a DJ at a strip club, and I'm trying to imagine 4 people being in that men's room, and I don't think they would fit because it was basically the size of a closet, right? So, um, so you got the 3 of you come into actually 5 people in there. Wow, the 3 of you.
Okay, yeah, we all go into the bathroom at the same time.
Yes. So the 3 of you get up and go into the bathroom, and as soon as you open the door, you see that the guy that followed him in has an auto pistol out. It has a suppressor on it, and he is pointing. You can't see where the other guy is. You're assuming that he's in the stall, and this guy's got the gun on him. What do you get? Well,
I think this is like we should roll for initiative, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Because that could be.
Okay, initiative.
Yeah, what is initiative here?
I will get you guys up on the board here. Wow, that's big Audrey. Being a pain in my butt. Wow. I'll do it this way. There you go. So yeah, it is 2D plus either your dex or intellect modifier, your choice.
Well, it's all the same for me, so...
There we go. So Zerzy, you got a 7?
Yes.
So you guys aren't going to be surprised because you kind of figured something was going on. That's why you went into the bathroom. He, on the other hand, is... So Audrey, you can act first. You see this guy? He's got a gun pointing at somebody in the stall.
All right, so Audrey growls and runs over to him and bites him.
Okay. And Roll20's acting really weird tonight. Huh. So you're running over to bite him. You miss. You rush up and kind of try to bite this guy, and you kind of growl and snarl, and he blocks your attack, but he's no longer got his pistol pointed at the. You also see that it is your smuggler friend in the stall. He's got it looks like he's been pistol whipped. He's got a broken nose, bloodied broken nose, and he kind of knocks you aside, and then he is going to. He's going to try to pistol whip you. Oh, and he succeeds. So that's
poor Audrey.
That's going to count as a club 2D, or no. We'll say improvised because it's basically smacking you at the heel of his gun. So 2D even. For 7 points, he just smacks you in the snout. And you kind of stumble back, so you take 7 points to your endurance. Zerzy, what are you doing?
Okay, 7 points to endurance. All right, well, that puts my endurance to... that was all the endurance.
Okay, so
for Audrey.
So if you take any more damage, it is your choice whether it comes off of strength or dexterity. But don't forget that as that number changes, it also changes your modifier to it.
Oh, okay. So
basically, just use the temp and the temp spot and make that go down to what.
Okay, so that's all the endurance and then 1 strength.
Zerzy, what are you doing?
Shit. I mean, I don't think I can actually do that. I can't really do telekinesis. What about... Oh, I mean... No, that wouldn't do anything.
I mean, you could do telekinesis.
Well, I mean, at a -2. I'm looking at my psionic powers because I have no weapons on me because I said I wasn't going to bring any.
Right.
Fuck it. This could go crazy. Audrey, do you use strength when you do your claw attacks?
Yes.
Cool.
Actually, let me.
Oh no, that's only
It's been a while
for
since
my
I've.
own strength.
It's been a while since I've looked. Look at Burger. Alien. Burger. So they get a bite. It is melee natural skill. So because it's a melee skill, Audrey can use either her strength or dexterity. It's her choice.
Oh, that's good to know.
I am going to, for the first time in the game. Oh no, second time actually. I'm going to use empathic healing on Audrey.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna. I need to pass a check, and then I can use as many points up to 6 because that's what I have left. So I'm gonna potentially heal you 6 hit points.
Let's see here. Empathic healing. So it depends on the amount of damage that is transferred.
Yeah.
So you're transferring Audrey's wounds to yourself.
Yeah. If I pass the check though.
Yeah, it's physical effects of the damage take immediate effect. So it just depends on. So yeah, Jodani's check plus your psi modifier.
I got it. So
nice.
Yeah, I will dump everything I have. So now I have no psionic strength left, and I will now take 6 endurance damage, and you are now healed 6 endurance.
So you're only down 1. So you get 6 endurance points back immediately.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. Thank you.
So
I'll say.
So Audrey,
don't die.
Audrey looks like she's invigorated and kind of looks. Her head snaps back up at this guy, and she lets out a growl. Kashmir, what are you doing?
I'm going to attempt to use telekinesis to pull the auto pistol from his hand.
Okay.
Honk.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I probably succeed.
I would say so. So it. I would say that would only be a minimum 1 point because that pistol does not weigh 10 kilograms. And you yank it right out of his hand, and it comes and flies into your hand.
Ooh, like Darth Vader.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you now have the auto pistol. It's a typical auto pistol with a silencer on it. The smuggler is going to. Well, he tries to kick, and instead, he kicks the door and slams the door shut to the stall. We are back to Audrey. What are you doing, Audrey?
Okay, keep trying to bite the junta military guy.
Okay. He ducks out of the way just as your teeth kind of snap down near his neck, and he is going to. He brings an uppercut and punches Audrey for a whole 1d. Damn it. 5 points. He uppercuts the bottom of your jaw.
Audrey, are you wearing any sort of armor, by the way?
All you guys are just wearing cold weather clothing.
Well, Audrey has the jack for armor.
Oh, are you wearing jack? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that reduces the damage by 1?
Yes. So you take 4 points. 3 points because That would have reduced the damage by 1 before as well.
Oh, all right.
So he gives you an uppercut. Zerzy, what are you doing?
I mean, there's not much I can do.
See if you can take out his comms. If you can hack him.
I'm an old man who has no endurance right now. Well, I have 1 point of endurance.
Right, but you don't need endurance to hack.
That's
Use
true.
your Uberly hacks.
Yeah. Can I jam his mobile comm?
Sure. Go ahead and make a electronics comms plus intellect or education. Now, so all right. Now I have to look at this.
Because I have my Intrusion 3 software.
But this isn't a computer; it's comms. I mean, you could hack into his mobile comm.
I think that's the thing I was thinking about, where like I could use it for. I can't remember what did we use for the satellites to interrupt their comms.
Well, you didn't interrupt their comms; you hacked into them.
Yeah, you hacked them.
Oh yeah. Was it just a straight roll, no bonuses?
Hold on just a second. Look at mobile comms here. Communication. Mobile comm. I mean, for 500 credits, I would say that you probably all have advanced mobile comms. They were available to you. This guy would only have a basic mobile comm, which is audio only. It does not. He's got a flip phone. You've got the latest smartphone. So, he might have a TL8. I would say that if you wanted to hack into he's got an improved mobile comm TL8. You would get a +2 to that for tech level difference.
My computer's a Tech 12, if that matters. So would it be +4 then, or?
So it'd be a +4.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, you hack into his mobile comm. Like the security wasn't even there. You just ignore his little pattern and get directly into his mobile comm. You have full access to all of the files that he has currently on the mobile comm, including his contact list.
Ooh, that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, am I able to do can I download all his information while also blocking it from communicating to other things? Like, so I can't send out a 911 or anything?
It would be able to access emergency services, but beyond that, his phone is currently doing a data dump to your laptop.
All right, that works. I won't even say anything because I don't want to tip him off, but I just kind of get on my computer, feeling a little more shrill or
set it on the sink. Like, hold on.
Yeah.
Casimir, what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna tell the guy to stand down.
Okay, go ahead and make a persuade plus. You could actually. It would be your choice. You could do a persuade plus social with a +2 bonus, or you could do gun combat plus social, since you're kind of using the weapon as your bargaining chip.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way, I'd give you a +2 bonus to that.
All right. So gun combat with social.
Or hell, go ahead and roll it with a boon. Roll 3 and take the 2 highest.
Okay. Well, I guess that's a 5, 5, 3, 13.
Okay. 13. As soon as you point the gun at him and tell him to stand down, he backs off and holds up his hands. And the smuggler opens the stall, and he's got some toilet paper stuffed up his nose, and he says, "Wow, thanks guys, I didn't expect you to help me out here." And he looks at Audrey and he says, "I'm glad that I warned you about this guy."
Yeah, you did say he was dangerous.
Yes, I did, and he is. He says, so, and he looks at you three, and he goes, so, question is, what do we do with him?
Well,
Oh, I want to bite him.
I'm
that's
really wanting to bite this guy.
yeah.
The
That's
Vargur's
nice, Audrey.
bloodthirsty. What can I
But
say?
remember how we were going to have a problem. I'm thinking we found a solution to our problem. Hey man, what's your name?
The guy tells you, you know, he's Jimmy John.
Jimmy John. Okay, Jimmy. Today is the luckiest day of your life. First of all, because you're alive. Like that's great. This may be a disgusting bathroom in a disgusting bar on a planet that's far too cold for my liking. I'm from a desert world myself, but yeah. How would you like to make a lot of money?
He kind of looks around at all of you.
Sorry, but sorry. As I speak to him, I also would like to telepathy him. Read again. It's reading surface thoughts.
Okay, so go ahead and make another telepathy plus psi for read surface thoughts, and
Yeah.
Zerzi, you can make a electronics computers plus intellect or education, and you get a +2 bonus for that for your database software.
11.
Okay. So Casimir, you try to read his thoughts. The all that you can get from the noise coming out of this asshole's head is that he's about ready to pee his pants because he didn't expect this to happen to him.
Right.
And
Okay.
but that's about all you get from him.
Okay.
But you can make a how much? So the guy says, "What do you mean by a lot of money?"
I say, well, since you're a member of the illustrious regime that has correctly taken over, has done its best to act as the voice of the people, and so on and so forth. Basically, we need to move some goods in, and we need your help to do it.
He says, "What kind of goods? I mean, how much trouble am I going to get in if I help you?"
See, I say it's really it's just the stuff that the idiots over on the bridge take. It's like food and medical supplies. Uh, it's not gonna be there's not gonna be a lot of trouble. I mean, it's not gonna be that much money. It's not like we're smuggling drugs or robots or weapons of mass destruction. If we were, we'd be talking differently. But yeah, there's some scratch to be made, and really, if you think about it, you'll be doing some good, and lining your pockets.
Says, "Okay." So it's contingent on how much you make. What kind of percentage am I looking at here?
I at this point I'll look at Zersey. I say, hey man, how much can we offer Jim? How much can we offer Jimmy Jones here?
I mean, a dead body costs nothing, but
The smuggler says, "That's what I'm talking about."
I say, hey, we're past that. That's in the past. We got the future to look forward to. A future full of money and bitches. Let's
look,
I'll stay cool.
I'll give you 40 credits to help us out.
He says, "I'm not helping you for 40 credits." He says, "You can go ahead and shoot me."
Yeah, I say Zersey, come on. Like even I was gonna offer him like 5%. Like, come on.
5% of what?
Of the profit we're gonna make.
But we are going to give it to them for free.
Yeah. What's this? What? Yeah, fucking Casimir just face palms.
so the guy is kind of like the guy just starts to laugh and he goes, "So you're wanting to give me a percentage of nothing if you're going to
We're
give
not.
away
No,
this stuff?"
we're not giving anything away. We're not. We're not. We're not bleeding hearts here. No, of course not. We're gonna. Would we attack you if we were looking to just be charitable here? Come on.
This is okay. So go ahead and make a persuasion plus social check.
Me or Zerzy? Because my persuasion's shit.
Up to you.
I wasn't trying to persuade. I mean,
That's true.
I could.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
While he's talking, I'm gonna grab the suppressed weapon and hand it to Audrey.
Okay.
What do I do with it?
Hold it at his head.
he's hoping that Audrey will twitch.
Audrey very awkwardly holds the gun at his head.
I raise my eyebrow at Zerzy, but say nothing. Well, no, I'll say I'll walk over and be like, if you want us to shoot him, fine, I'll do it. But how are we gonna get rid of the stuff? Like, come on, fucking let's fucking go. All right, yeah. So persuasion chest. Yeah. Well,
you think this is the first hole I've dug?
I say probably not. I mean, okay, sure.
You give the gun to Audrey, and Audrey's got the pistol on him. You could make that'll give you a +3 to your persuasion plus social check.
Okay, well that'll make it flat. Oh well, hey, look at that.
So the guy says, "Oh, okay. I'll. What do you need me to do?"
I say, look, we're just gonna we just need to take some cargo across the bridge, and we need to make sure it doesn't. We need to make sure it gets waved through. That's literally it.
Says,
how do we do this?
He says, okay, so your best bet is to probably get some kind of some type of a truck or vehicle, something that you can put it in the back. He says, if you want to do this the best way, he says you're going to have to be able to give up some of your cargo. He says, so put some of the food and medical supplies in a separate crate that you can open up, show to the checkpoint guys. They're going to confiscate it. But if you offer it up to them, 9 times out of 10, they're just going to let it go. They'll take it and let you take the remainder of your cargo through.
Okay, so basically, I say so. What you're not telling us, because obviously it'd be wrong of you to tell us, is that basically we offer part of our supplies as a bribe, and then drive on our merry way. Great.
So that's pretty much exactly it. Yeah.
All right. I say very good. Yeah, then I guess you're coming with us. Well, shit.
Okay. So you now have the smuggler, he is kind of on board with this plan, and he says, that's a great idea. I'll throw up some of my medical supplies as well, kind of sweeten that bribe pot. And he says, I think that we can all get through. And he says, I know where we can get a container truck.
Awesome. Great. Well, let's head back to our ship. Yep. Audrey, you can put, we're all friends here now. You can put the gun down. Nice piece, by the way.
Okay.
And so
Audrey hands the gun to you.
So you guys head back to the starport to collect your cargo. The smuggler tells you that he will meet you at the starport with his cargo vehicle, and in tow you have this junta police officer, undercover investigator, kind of in tow with you. Not entirely thrilled. He's not entirely happy with his lot in life right now, but he's going along with it for now because otherwise you very likely he'll get shot. So he's being very careful about his current life choices. That's
Right.
where we will. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say. So, I at some point, like when we get like a moment of like when we say, okay, stay here, have some coffee, right? I am gonna go up to Zerzan and be like, so are we icing this guy? Can you get rid of the body? Or I say I have no issue giving him 5% of the cut. It's not a huge deal, but if you think we can ice him and get rid of the body, like sure, that's fine.
I have no idea. I don't murder people with my own hands. That's what I pay assassins for.
Yeah, okay. All right. I say that's okay. That's fine. I assume you don't have any assassin contacts on the planet. Otherwise, we wouldn't need to do this whole rigmarole, right?
Yeah, I don't think any of you have ever been here before.
Exactly. So I say, so do you know of a way we can get rid of the body without any issues?
You could try to hide him in a dark alley in the.
Got it. Okay, we don't. All right. Eventually. So okay, got it. Okay, so because we don't, we're gonna have to deal this guy in. We'll lose 5%. If you wanted to come out of my cut, that's fine. It's not a big deal. It'll still be a profit. Okay, great. 5%. We're gonna deal this guy 5%, and he can go fuck off and do whatever. Great. Okay, that's taken care of.
All right, so we will halt here for the night, and we will pick it up next week with you guys loading up a cargo truck and trying to smuggle your way into the capital city through the Fade Down.
Yeah, well, thank you for running.
Thank you for playing, and I will see you guys next week.
Yep.
See you next week.